some donut-sized Froot Loops. So the first part of the project is we're gonna mix together the dry ingredients. So I'm gonna start off with my flour. 1 3/4 cups of flour. 1 3/4 cups of flour as well. 1, 2, 3. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Half a teaspoon of salt. Bam! 1 cup of sugar. Now that we got all our dry ingredients, we're just gonna use the whisk and give it a little mix. Now it's 1 consistent shade. Now time for the wet ingredients. I'm gonna start off with my 3/4 cup of water. Pour that in. Every last drop. Half a cup of oil. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You can actually replace the vanilla extract with like lemon extract or almond extract, whatever you want it to taste like. I think Froot Loop flavor is like a lemon flavored, but I don't have lemon extract, so we're just gonna have to go vanilla. 1 teaspoon. So we're gonna need some eggs. 2 eggs specifically. What? A mango? What's a mango doing in an egg carton? Why are there always random things in my egg carton? Why are there always only 2 eggs? What is going on? You don't belong in an egg carton. You're a dried up, shriveled mango. Get out of here, mango. Bloop. Oh yeah. Master of eggs. The egg master says that we must give the wet ingredients a good mix. Now that we have the wet ingredients mixed up, we're gonna get our dry ingredients back. Pour the whole thing in. Then just mix it well. Oh, I forgot. I gotta preheat the oven. Preheat it to 350. Start. In the meantime, we're gonna use our spatula and kind of graze across the edge of the bowl because sometimes the flour gets stuck there. Give it a little more mix. Now that it's perfectly mixed, see how that nice gooey texture is just falling right down? We're gonna take some oil and we're actually gonna use a brush and spread it around the donut mold. I'm trying to do it as carefully as I can because when you splash oil on yourself, it's really hard to wash out of clothes. Now I am gonna get my 1/4 cup, fill it up with batter, pour it in like a circle motion in that shape of the donut. Usually if you have a big batch like this, you can separate it into little bowls and then add the food coloring, but I'm just gonna make one of each color, so I'm just gonna add the food coloring right into this. Tap it to mix it. You don't wanna just swirl too hard. Maybe this isn't the best way to mix in the food coloring. Maybe it is better to put it in separate bowls because I don't know if the oil is actually staying on the outside if I mix it in like this. So I'm just gonna do this for all 6 colors. So fast forward. And we are done with all 6 colors. We're gonna pop it right into the oven. Open the oven, let the hot air out first, and then open it all the way. Now we're gonna put this in carefully. Close the door, put a timer for 20 minutes. 20. Now we wait. It's done. Moment of truth, guys. Let it cool for about a minute. You don't want it to cool that long or else it gets stuck to the silicone. Wiggle the centerpiece so that it starts having some freedom to come out, all of them. It's down. Should probably wait a little bit longer. Okay, that's long enough. It looks so perfect. You beautiful hot angel. Whoa, okay. Dang it, it fell back in. Man, it's so hot. Stop falling back in. Ooh, got it. These are really fragile, so you wanna be as careful as possible. Don't worry about the brown spots. I'm gonna teach you how to get rid of that afterwards. So Froot Loops are actually really crunchy and hard, right? Because that's what cereal is. But as you can see, the one we made is a cake consistency, so these are really soft. And that's because they're moist right now. That's why we need our dehydrator friend. This is a machine that dries up food, like they can make dried apple crisp, dried banana chips. If you don't have a dehydrator, that's okay. There is a different method. So you know, like sometimes you forget to close the bag of bread properly, and then when you try to go back and get a second piece of bread, it's completely dried up after a few days. Well, this time, we're gonna purposely dry up this bread. Open up this tray. I'm gonna place my donut-shaped Froot Loops onto here. Slide it back into the dehydrator. Close the door. 165 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm just gonna turn it on. Now this is gonna be on for about 3 hours. It's gonna take a while, so have a snack. Alright, so we've been letting our little Froot Loops dehydrate in this machine for about 3-4 hours now, and it's time to turn it off. Open this up, if I can just find it. If I can open this, take it out carefully. Ooh, look how dry it is now. Oh, it's warm. Look at that sound, do you hear that? As you can see, they don't exactly look like Froot Loops yet. You can see that the side's kind of bulgy. And then on top of that, there's like some brown spots on the color. So you're gonna need this cheese grater, specifically this breadcrumb size, so you can grate down the hardened cake. And you're gonna need one of these little trays and a little knife. You're gonna need a responsible adult to help you with this part, because cheese graters can cut your finger and so can a knife, and it's really dangerous, so we gotta be super duper careful. I'm gonna start off with this red one. There's a lot of the white cake batter that kind of just stayed. Kind of gently do it. Take the top part as well. I'm gonna go along to the sides and just kind of open this hole a little bit bigger, because this hole is a lot bigger than this one. Just kind of use the knife and just, then you just gonna kind of do the same thing for the rest. Orange color's off. Done with that. Okay, we're just gonna move this over here to the side. We are going to put some gloss over our Froot Loops. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some light corn syrup. See how it's a little bit more clear? Put a little at a time, you don't need that much. Get this little sponge, and then what you're gonna do, you're just gonna dab it on. Dab, 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 dab. Whirl it inside of the Froot Loop. Your finger is gonna get a little sticky, but that's okay. So we're just about done. We just need a little bit more touches here and there. Now it's all glossy and shiny and it looks delicious. Let it sit on the side for about like at least 24 hours, because if you don't, it's gonna just stick all together and it's not gonna be fun. So once it's dried, it's gonna look something like this. See how it's really shiny, but you can also already touch it and it doesn't stick to you. Now, remember how we saved the little extra little specks from here? We're gonna take our little Froot Loops and just kind of put it in there and then suck the excess off. This gives it that feeling and that texture that this Froot Loop was in the bag with all the other colors. Do it for all of them. And there we have it. See, doesn't it look realistic now? Let's compare it to the real Froot Loops. I'm just gonna get like a handful of them. Oh my God, look at that size difference. Oh my God, this is huge. This could be like 100 little ones into a big one. Oh my gosh, look at that size. Ooh, they look like identical twins. I'm gonna try to squish them with just 2 fingers. Okay, let's go to the little one first. I broke that. My hand. I'm really gonna try to break this, okay? I'm literally using all my strength and this thing isn't breaking. We are moon waffles, okay? We hold ourselves up to the highest honor. Highest honor. We didn't just make 6 measly Froot Loops. We made a giant bowl full of it. Look at the details on this purple one. Look at all the little holes, the big holes, just like a real Froot Loop. See how this Froot Loop has some like holes on the side? This is the exact same thing, guys. But this is a little too much for me to eat. So I got this big old bowl. Look at this. It looks so awesome. Oh my God, this looks like the most delicious bowl of Froot Loops I've ever had in my entire life. But I can't just eat Froot Loops by itself. I need some milk. Lather up that cereal. Maybe we should let it soak for a minute. Let's Very good, guys. I feel awesome right now. I'm gonna use my hands. I'm gonna get a little dirty in here. Yep, it doesn't taste like Froot Loops because it just tastes like a cake. But a delicious cake. The corn syrup makes it taste really good because it's sweet. But the problem is, it's stuck on all my tooth in the back. Like literally all my teeth. I'm gonna put one on each finger. Let's go. Oh my God. This is the kind of commitment I want in my life. Wow. That's some good stuff. That purple one wasn't ready yet. Dip it in the milk, you know, a few times here and there. Oh my God. Honestly, guys, this tastes really, oh man. It just gets soggy pretty fast in the milk, so maybe instead of just pouring the milk into the bowl, just dip it inside. This could be like really good party favors because it's a cake. It's basically Froot Loops cake. I've been eating Froot Loops for my whole life, but it has never been this fun. So I definitely recommend you guys give it a try. Make the project at home. Have your parents help you, have an adult help you. So that's gonna be all for today. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! Oh, I really squished this one.